Hi, I'm Karin, and this is Thrifted and Told, secondhand luxury told honestly. Let me see if I can share something with you today. I'm gonna go real close. So hopefully now you can see that it reads TH0092. And what that actually lets me know is that this bag was made in September 2002 in France. And before 1982, Louis Vuitton didn't stamp their bags at all. But then as counterfeiting grew, they needed to have a system for their own staff to learn if the bag is authentic or not when bags came in for repairs. But since it has actually become a tool for the reseller market, I would say one of the tools on the reseller market to identify if a bag is authentic or not. But it was actually never meant for the reseller market. And today I'm going to go through how you can actually read the different date formats and how the system has changed over time, and that why you nowadays can find bags that doesn't have a stamp at all. But before we start, a quick disclaimer: I'm not a professional. I do not authenticate bags for a living. I'm just here to share what I have learned, and if I've gotten something wrong, please let me know in the comments and we can learn together. Let's start from the very beginning. In 1982. Back then Louis Vuitton started with just 3 or 4 digits. There were no letters. The first 2 digits represented the year and the rest the month. So 823 simply means March in 1982. This particular example is from Love That Bag, etc., one of the sites I looked into before creating this video. This site has tons of interesting information, and I'll make sure to link to the website in the description. From the mid-80s, the number logic remained the same, but now with 2 letters added to show the factory. 863TH, that means March 1986 and made in France. This picture is of my own bag on Amazon, and it shows that it can be really tricky to find the date code, and once you find the date code it can be really hard to read. So expect to bring your glasses when you look at these older bags. From the beginning of the 90s, the structure flips. The 2 letters are placed first, and then there are 4 digits, but the digits aren't read left to right. So hang on there. The first and the third digit together make the month, and then the second and fourth make the year. So here we have TH0092. From this we can tell that the bag was made in 2002, based on the second and the fourth digit, and in September based on the first and the third digit. From 2007, the format remains identical the same. 2 letters plus 4 digits. But now the first and the third digit means the week of the year instead of the month. In this example, SD4196 means week 49 in the year 2016. Finally, in March 2021, Louis Vuitton stopped stamping date codes and started embedding NFC chips instead. So if you use your smartphone and with an NFC reader, you can scan your bag and see if there's an NFC chip or not, but you will not be able to get an official yes, this is real. And even after 2021, some categories and bags kept their physical date codes for a while longer. So in short, a missing code on a 2021 or later bag is normal, but it's not an absolute rule for all categories. Date codes weren't only on handbags. Small leather goods, wallets and so on all got them too. Even belts and straps have their own dedicated factory code. And when you're buying these items today directly from Louis Vuitton, expect them to have NFC chips instead. Sometimes the date code are really hard to find and even harder to get a good picture of. Here I'm trying to get a picture of my pocket planner and I'm failing miserably. Let's summarize. Up until 1982, there were no date codes at all. And from then until the mid-80s, the date codes were 3 to 4 digits, but no letters. From mid until late 80s, the date codes were 3 to 4 digits plus 2 letters. And then from 1990 until 2006, the date codes were made up by 2 letters and 4 digits, and the format remained the same from 2007 until 2021, but the 4 digits then had a new meaning. And then from March 2021, there are no visible date codes any longer, and we have the NFC chips instead. So we've learned that we can use the date code to learn when the bag was made. And we also learned that we can look at the letters to see where the bag was made. But that really doesn't tell if the bag is authentic or not, because a scammer can easily fake the format, and the date code on a fake bag can look really real. But what you can use the information for is to cross-check. So let us go through 2 of the different ways that you can use the information in the date code to cross-check other information. The first way that you can use the date code to cross-check other information is the launch date of the bag. A date code can never predate the bag significantly. So let's use Neverfull as an example. We know that the Neverfull was launched in 2007. So if you find a Neverfull with a date code that indicates that the bag was manufactured in 99, it doesn't mean that you have found a rare vintage Neverfull. Instead, you have found a fake and you need to walk away from it. And the same goes for the multi-pochette that was launched in 2019. So if you find a bag with a date code that indicates that it was created much earlier, it's also fake. However, this bag is a little bit interesting. If you have a multi-pochette accessories with different date codes on the different parts, that doesn't automatically mean that it is a fake one. It could just simply mean that the different parts were created during different times and actually in different factories. And then finally, let's touch upon Cousin as an example. This bag was released in 2021 when the date codes were swapped to the NFC chips. So theoretically, a Cousin with a date code could indicate that it's a fake one. But I don't know. I've never owned my own Cousin. So if you have a Cousin from that time, do you have a date code or not? Please let me know in the comments. And sorry for butchering the name of the Cousin. The second way that you can use the date code to cross-check other information is to cross-check the information in the heat stamp. So let's say that we have a date code that starts with BC. That indicates that the bag was created in Italy, but the heat stamp says that the bag was made in France. Then there is something wrong with that bag. That mismatch is one of the clearest red flags that there is. And I mentioned earlier, love that bag, etc. And please check out that site. It has excellent compilation of all the letters and which country they represent. And again, I will link in the description. To be honest, I actually think it's a bit of a bummer that we don't have access to date code as one piece of evidence to verify a bag if it's real or not. And if you scan a bag that has an NFC tag, it actually doesn't say if it's real or not. Because right here in my hand, I have an NFC tag. I use stickers like this in our home to trigger different kind of automations. A sticker like this I have in the kitchen, I scan it and it automatically sends an SMS to my family that the dinner is ready. So I don't need to yell throughout the house any longer because I don't think that's really nice. So, and it's also really inexpensive. I think this cost me around 3 kronor, approximately 30 euro cents or 30 dollar cents if you may. So it's small, it's inexpensive. I don't think it's really hard for if you're in the fake bag business, to add a sticker like this or an NFC tag to a bag. But now I'm going to share an honest story. A few months back, I actually bought a coin purse that turned out to be fake. I bought it through a peer-to-peer site. got a little bit too excited actually. So that's all on me. But one of the evidences when I got the bag in my hand, there were different tell signs when I finally got it in my hands. But one of the signs was that it didn't have an NFC chip, NFC tag in the coin purse. So I think that is what you can bring with you. That if you use your phone, use an NFC reader and scan the bag, and you don't find an NFC chip like this, it could be a red flag. But you have to go through very carefully with your phone because, and it might take some time before you finally find it. So it's not just, it doesn't automatically show up just because you're near the bag. You might need to search with your phone. So, but let me in the comments what you think about the new system, and I will see you soon again. Bye bye.